Hello, this is Tazlon. I'm in my PZ-38NA, one of the hidden little gems of World of Tanks. It's an awesome little scout. I'm in Erlenberg Encounter from the South Spawn for part 2 of the Lighthouse tutorial on unbalanced deployments. What do you do when almost everybody on your team goes to one side of the map and ignores the other? In part 1 in Ruinberg, we looked at a situation where I went to the field and was accompanied only by an artillery. I was basically in an untenable position. I didn't have the right support behind me. I was in an area where if I was forced to fall back, I was going to have to go over wide open terrain, and I was basically going to get overrun and be of little value to my team. So I chose to fall back, go on to the strong side of the map, and set up to prepare to defend a flanking movement, which came not soon after that. In this case, I'm going to do the opposite. I'm going to continue on to the weak side of the field and set up to fight a skirmishing, falling back defense and hopefully slow up any enemy assault that occurs over there. Now, the reason I make this decision is I have an AMX-40 headed that way. AMX-40s may not have the most firepower, but they can absorb a lot of damage, especially in a fight like this. We're tier 4 tanks and it's only a tier 5 battle. The other thing is, and this is important, the land we're moving onto is highly defensible. There's a bunch of undulating hills, lots of concealment, lots of cover, and I have a great escape path to the south if I have to take it. All I have to do is sprint south, use the natural terrace down there to get out of sight, and I can quickly beat feet back to the strong side of the map if the enemy launches an all-out assault that I can't stop. So it's a completely different situation than what we saw in Ruinberg. In this one, I'm hoping that we can slow up any enemy tanks we see over there long enough for our superior numbers in the west to gain a numerical advantage in the fight.
Let's get this show on the road.
And I actually start off going to the west at first until I see how everybody's deploying. It's like, man, I need to go over to the east and try to help out the AMX-40 because one tank over there isn't going to hack it, and we don't want to get flanked on this map. Flanking movements on this map can be brutal on the other team. So back to where I started out. It's not like the duck's going to beat me anywhere. I am going to stop and note that, hey, we're like really unbalanced here, but nobody really reacts at the moment. Doesn't matter. Was hoping to pick up a few more people, but we're capable of doing this. I remember when I first came over here during the battle, I was thinking, you know, if that duck wasn't coming this way, there's no way I'm coming over here by myself. But with the duck there, hopefully he can keep people focused on him long enough for me to hurt them. So I can't play real aggressively because I have no support. I do have a couple arty over there that may help out. I see the T50 right away. Or T80.
Penetration. Penetration. We didn't penetrate their armor. Enemy armor is damaged. They're knocked out.
I've already seen enough enemy tanks over on this side of the map that if they would just make a coordinated push, have everybody run south, they could probably wipe us out. They don't realize that. They have no idea how few tanks we have over here.
Penetration.
All they know is that a lot of them are receiving incoming rounds. And that's enough to hold them up. They're being held up by 2 lights. All because they don't realize they have an opportunity there to exploit. Now we have a medium pushing down. Watch what I do when I come around this hill. Before I pull out, I'm going to get my turret locked in at the right angle. Not at the tank. I'm going to set it at the angle I need to be pointed at when I pull out. Now when I pull out, I'm already focused on my shot. Don't have to move my turret, eliminate the turret movement penalty. I get an accurate shot. If he would have been looking at me, I could have fired and escaped back behind the hill right away. Whenever you're in a situation like that and you're going against a static target, he's not moving, don't aim your turret at him, because as you pull out, you're going to have to adjust. Aim your turret at the angle you need it to be at to hit him as you pull out. It saves you time. It could save you hit points. I'm going to move in on the one Chinese medium while the other guy takes on the duck. He's dead. I was going to pull in on him. Watch this though. This is kind of funny. Not this. Just watch what the Stug says afterwards. Now I'm rushing this guy and I'm circling him as much as he can in a PZ-38 NA on the side of a hill. It's not even an ellipse. It's more like a wide oval. Watch what this dude says. Get ready for it. He kind of amazes me. Thanks for kill stealing, Taz. Huh? I just rushed the dude. How am I kill stealing? I rushed that tank. I have no idea why he would even say that, but he did. Yay, I'm such a good typist. Now watch what he says next. Don't be a noob. Okay, I won't. You need to learn how not to be, though. There's no such thing as kill stealing. For anybody relatively new to World of Tanks watching the video, you don't get to reserve targets. The first person to kill him kills him. And in this case, hey, perfect win. I'll get back to that in a second. We managed to complete cap and get the 15th kill at the same time. So we maximize XP as much as possible for everybody. Perfect win. It's not 15-0, but I'm talking about in regards to how much XP we got. Now, for you people new to the game, forget accusing people of kill stealing. It doesn't exist. If you want to get the kill, then kill the guy before anybody else does. It's fair game, especially when the tank you accused of KSing is the one who rushed the guy and was circling him and pouring shots into him the entire time. That's not kill stealing, that's surviving. So, back to the topic here. Unbalanced deployments. You just got to look in part 1 and 2 at 2 different ways to approach it. You have to look at your terrain, look at the tier fight you're in, look at your tank, and look at the tanks who may go with you to the weak side. And is the ground defensible? Or are we going to get caught in the open if we have to fall back? Do I have a tank with me that has the ability to absorb shots? Or is there some little glass cannon over there that's going to disappear the first time the enemy fires? If you think you have a chance of fighting a guerrilla type skirmishing fallback defensive battle designed to slow down the enemy on that side if they decide to rush, then go for it. But if you look at open terrain, a tank with no armor beside you, and really no way to fight a delaying action without dying, then choose wisely and go back to the strong side, join your team, and then you get to pick, hey, do I want to go to the front and lead the attack, or do I want to stay in the back and set up to defend the flanking action that's going to come as we saw in the Ruinberg part. Figure it out. Situational awareness is more than just your minimap. It's knowledge of tanks. It's knowledge of your own capability. Make a smart decision and go with it. In this battle, I ended up with 1,561 XP, 7 spots. 957 spotting damage and 3 kills, 1,102 damage, and somehow got a patrol duty. Partly because I saw a lot of tanks over on my side, but I was aided by the fact that I was able to spot a lot of tanks down in the middle area along the river, and that allowed people on the opposite side, on the strong side of the map, to fire at them and produce a little bit more damage. So in this case, I chose to go to the weak side. Worked out exactly as planned. I had set the goal of delaying the enemy advance on that side, which we not only delayed it, we completely stopped it, while my team on the strong side was able to gain control of the fight and end up with a fairly easy 15-4 victory. Use the knowledge of everything you know about the game. Make an informed decision. Do not try to be the hero. It will backfire. Do what you think, in all honesty, is going to help your team the most. Happy hunting.